Hi, Troy Harrison, author of Sell Like You Mean It, here to answer another great sales question. Here's one I get asked all the time. Troy, I have a problem. I'll present my customer ideas of product and service, then they'll turn around, they'll go elsewhere and get quotes, and they'll end up buying it somewhere else. How can I make sure that they buy it from me? Well, that's a tough question, and it happens to us in sales all the time. How do we make sure that our ideas, our suggestions, our recommendations end up getting bought from us? Most salespeople do this wrong. Most salespeople will try to ensure some sort of a phony commitment from the buyer before they present their products and services. They'll call this an upfront contract or an agreement in principle, whatever. They'll say, before I present this to you, if you like what you see, you're going to buy it from me, aren't you? And the buyer, of course, will say, sure. And so then the salesperson will give them the idea, and the buyer says, okay, I'll come back to you. Or worse, the salesperson won't present the ideas at all. They'll say, you don't get the ideas until you buy from me. Well, guess what? Then your customer's going to go somewhere else and buy from somebody else anyway. Now you're really sunk. So how do we handle this? First of all, we've got to understand the reason why a customer would take information that you give them and then shop it around to someone else. Here's the answer. The real reason is you haven't given them a reason to want to buy from you exclusively. Here's the thing. When buyers purchase things, they buy products, they buy services, and then they buy whoever they're buying the product from. Look at this watch, for instance. Now, I like this watch a lot. And when I bought this watch, it was because I happened to see it online, and I shopped around online, and I bought it online. There's nothing wrong with that. The reason I shopped around online is because there was really no difference in the buying experience between who I bought it from. As a matter of fact, I don't think there was even a local dealer for that watch here in Kansas City, which is where I'm from. What happens when a buyer takes a product suggestion from you and goes out and quotes it everywhere is that buyer is not convinced that the experience of buying the product is going to be any different whether they buy it from you or whether they buy it from someone else. So you, as the salesperson, have to convince them that buying this product from you is going to be completely different and better than buying it from somebody else. And how do you do that? Well, you do it before you ever start quoting product. You do this by asking good questions. You see, anytime somebody buys something, they're really not buying a product or a service. They're buying the result of purchasing that product or service. You, as the salesperson, have to know what that result is, because the only way that you can help them achieve that result is if you know the answer to that question. Mr. Customer, define for me what a successful purchase is going to look like. Then you can start constructing your offering, your feature statements, and your result achievement statements built around the idea not only of buying the product, but of buying it specifically from you. What happens when buyers quote products out all over the place is that the salesperson has engaged in product-centric selling. In other words, all the benefits that they've quoted, all the achievement of results that they've quoted center around the product, that thing that you're buying. They didn't center at all around who you bought it from. So when you're selling, if you want to avoid that, you've got to start early on. Forget the phony fake commitments, forget the upfront contract nonsense, and instead find out what a successful purchase looks like from your buyer's perspective. Understand the result, and then start to work to communicate to your buyer how you uniquely are capable of generating that positive result that the buyer has in mind. Remember, it's got to be you uniquely. And it's got to be real too. I think back to when I sold cars. One of the things they used to tell us is when somebody asks why they should purchase their new Ford from us at Noller Ford in Topeka, Kansas, what we're supposed to say is, well, you'll get the best service here. We've got a great service department. And of course, about the first time I said that to a customer, they looked at me and said, what? If I buy my Ford someplace else and bring it back here, your guys aren't going to work on it? Of course they were going to work on it. So I immediately started off with a falsehood. When you give them reasons to buy specific from you, make sure those reasons are real. And you'll find out that your customers will have an urgency, a desire to buy from you. See, here's the truth of selling from Troy. Customers are going to buy from who they want to buy from, and there's no magic combination of words that we can use to prevent them from doing that. If somebody tells you that they can, they're lying to you. But through building strong relationships, through helping our customers achieve the results that they want and giving them strong reasons to buy from us, we can, in fact, help them to make successful purchasing decisions that involve buying from you. So that's the real answer to the question. I'm Troy Harrison, author of Sell Like You Mean It. Good luck and good selling. That's the truth from Troy.